Hi, welcome everybody to Luna Sky Diamond on my channel on YouTube. And right now here I am live on Facebook because what I want to share with you today is a very interesting concept. I'm gonna be talking about multidimensionality and infinity. So basically what I believe is that we are multidimensional and we are infinite. So let's just contemplate about that for a second. We are a singular soul, a ball of light, of energy, of infinite potential, being unique and powerful in this moment, in this present moment, right here, right now. And at the same time, we are multidimensional. So my purpose for the video today is to invite you guys to contemplate about the fact of being multidimensional and being infinite. When I'm talking about being multidimensional is because I believe that we are souls that at the present moment, because there is actually no space and time and everything is just an illusion, we are existing and living in multiple infinite other densities and in multiple infinite other dimensions. How could that possibly be? So it is why precisely what I inviting you to ask. Sit down and contemplate in silence for a second and just ask yourself, all right, I am infinite. How does it feel to be infinite? How does it feel to be multidimensional? Since questions are the answer, I believe the more we contemplate about these questions, how does it feel like to be infinite? Or how does it feel to be multidimensional? We start slowly, or not necessarily slowly, getting these downloads of information of our innate spiritual powers. So what are those spiritual powers that I'm talking about? In the same way that the monks, some of the monks have the capacity to teleport and do this and do this and that. It's just actually because they are in tune with the awareness of the energy that they are, so they are able to manipulate and play with it. And that's exactly what I want with this video, guys, and it's to invite you. How does it feel to be multidimensional? So I heard it from one of my spiritual teachers, and how do you call that in English? The word is escaping me right now, but basically the way we can see our soul is like a flashlight. A flashlight is beaming energy from this point of source all along together, all along to this focus point in time, so to speak. So us being multidimensional is experiencing ourselves being a particle, not only a particle, but a part of the universal, like the infinite creator, the universe, the source. Infinite loving energy creating. That is exactly what we are. So we are born from there, from source. Basically, we are God. I don't like to use the word God, but let's say we have this divinity within ourselves that is innate. So like a flashlight is coming from there or here inside our souls, however you want to perceive it, and beaming light through all densities in time and space until we come to this density that is the most dense of all. 3 density, the physical stuff, the thing that we perceive as being life. Isn't that interesting? So if we are this light that is actually beaming in from the source of creation, and we wind up here in little individual particles of human beings named Luna, or named whatever your name it is, what are those qualities that we are entitled, and what are those qualities that are innate to us to feel and to experience in this lifetime, in this birth? So I believe that the more we contemplate on these matters, the more we attract the energy for the universe to bring us those answers. And those answers are coming from within, because questions are the answers. So if you ask, how does it feel to be multidimensional? How does it feel to be infinite? Imagine, how does it feel to be infinite? Sometimes I just sit down and contemplate in silence. How does it feel like it? And I just start connecting like a fluid, running energy, light that is flowing through the universe, coming from here, from my heart and my sense, yet with the capacity to tune in consciously with all creation, whether it is all the mountains and the rivers and the oceans and the sunsets of Mother Earth, or whether it is the infinity of the stars and the planets and the galaxies and the entire universe. How does it feel to be all that at the same time? The feeling of we are one. So I believe that the more we contemplate about our nature and how does it feel like it, how does it feel, how it is to be God's, is what I'm talking about. And ego has nothing to do with anything, because actually it's just a matter of awareness of being who we really are, divine. And the more we contemplate about these matters of our natural inner being and substance, I believe the more we awaken those spiritual powers within ourselves. And those powers are called the siddhis. This is, a Sanskrit word for powers, but they are actually spiritual powers, and they are actually innate, and they are actually already within you. So the more you contemplate, and the more you are aware about your infinity and your multidimensionality, the more these siddhis or these powers are going to start awakening within your being. And what are those spiritual powers that I'm talking about? It's not rocket science. They are very simple. They are telepathy. They are intuition, trusting inside yourself. They are vision. They are synchronicity. All of a sudden, every single thing in your life seems to move along with the flow of things, and the synchronicity of things, of the people that you need start manifesting when you need it, right where you need it, when you need it. And it's not just people, but it's places. So it's being at the right time, at the perfect time, at the perfect place. So synchronicities start happening more often and more often. Another thing that I believe it starts happening when you contemplate about your divinity is that eventually you quit gurus, eventually you quit religions, and you start realizing that every single answer is to be found here in your soul, from within. And you don't need anybody to tell you what's right and wrong or anything like that. Excuse me. You just feel it and you just know it. So it's your intuition of where to go, how to proceed, how to act. So it's not you will start praying over there to a God for help. No, it's that you are starting actually tuning in with your inner power that is going to bring you all the answers that you need. Another thing that happens when you are wondering about how does it feel to be multidimensional? How does it feel to be infinite? Well, when you really get it, and when you really start connecting through the source of that feeling, you become more empath, you become more kind. You start becoming more present for yourself in your own personal life, and at the same time you start becoming more present to the people who surround you, and not just the people who you love, like your family members, your kids, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Yes, that is beautiful, but it's not only that. It's really the capacity to, for example, be riding on a bus and a stranger sits next to you on the bus, and somehow when you are connected to the whole of this matrix, you can naturally sense people's feelings, people's needs, people's pain, people's sorrows, or even people's happiness. So what am I going to talk about? What I'm talking about being present is that you could be sitting on a bus or on the train or whatever with a stranger next to you and in silence, without even have to cross a word or anything like that. You are present for that human being that is sitting next to you, and you are present with unconditional love. Just being present to hold their being in love. And then at the end of the ride, the person gets off the bus stop and the person doesn't know why he or she feels better and feels lighter and feels happier. They don't have no fucking clue. But you know that you were there, sharing the ride, soul to soul, heart to heart, with unconditional love for this brother, sister, fellow human being, in silence, without even having to have a conversation. So it's all about energy. It's just very simple. Being present is being just very simple. It's just to be aware. So my invitation to you guys, as I said all along, is to contemplate how it feels for you to be multidimensional. Imagine if you are multidimensional. Imagine all the powers that you have when you are not focusing your attention just on this 3D reality. But if you are really actually in tune and aware that you are an infinite multidimensional being, and that a piece of your soul and your consciousness is at infinite times and infinite places at this particular moment. So how does it feel? How does it feel to feel God, for instance? Like how does it feel to be the creator? How does it feel to place your consciousness over here and be able to see things down there, including yourself, including your behavior, your life, your relationship with people? So it's basically, the more you contemplate about these questions, the more in tune you are with the fact that we are one. And that every single effort that you do to become a better person in your own life, whatever that means to you, like for instance, quitting an addiction, for example. We are so connected in this web, soul to soul, and we are so much one, that when you are working on an addiction, whether it's cigarettes, whatever it is, alcohol, doesn't matter, whatever it is, and you are becoming more clearer and cleaner and more tuning to with your inner beautiful bright self, at the same time you are helping the whole matrix, the whole humankind, with every single effort that you're doing to become a better person, and not a slave of an addiction or a slave of a feeling or a behavior or anything like that. because we are one, every single one of your efforts has a ripple effect over the whole matrix of existence. Because of the morphogenetic fields. Morphogenetic fields is that we are all connected. So if you are happier and more at peace within yourself, then you are doing your part. And if you're not happy, well, dude, you're just not helping. So, my invitation to you again in this video is to really contemplate, guys. Really contemplate about these facts, whether it's intellectual or in meditation or in experience or whatever it is. But how does it feel to be a multidimensional being? How does it feel, or what does it mean to be infinite? Telepathy, intuition, power, love. Love. At the end, it's all about love. At the end, it's all about love. All right. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Cheers.